Hi everyone, I'm still at my job search and I'm using Indeed. They haven't fixed my LinkedIn account yet. So I'm still applying for executive assistant jobs and project coordinator roles. The thing is, I don't have any money, so I can't really do anything. And people are full of questions. How much is my rent? What am I doing? Why can't I get a job? You know what? In every job I've held in this country, I've done well. And the industries I work in, people don't go to work to be friends. Maybe in other areas, people are friends. But as far as my work goes, whether it's been in healthcare or education or the banking sector, we don't go to work to be friends. And so that spoils your reputation, especially if you're a woman and you're a spiritual director and people go around telling everyone, oh, but we were hoping to be friends. It's really, really insulting. It's very insulting and it's very hurtful. And then they say, oh, but they like her. Do you make friends with your parish priest? You might have your parish priest over for dinner. You might have somebody come and socialize. They're not your friend. And if you think they're your friend, you're kidding yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're all there to do a job. We're all there to perform. We're all there to meet our targets. We're all there to earn a paycheck and to bring that paycheck home and to use it to provide for our needs and our families. So to me, this country has taken advantage of me over and over and over. Just because somebody is friendly or just because somebody has a nice professional attitude doesn't mean that they're your friend. They're not. Don't kid yourself if you think that they're your friend. They're not your friend. They're not. Everybody that goes to work to do a job. And it's insulting where every contract you get, they say, oh no, you did a good job and we're going to call you back, and they don't. And if they do call you back, they call you back to start over. There's no tenure. There's no, oh yeah, you worked here before. There's nothing like that. So it just becomes very, very discouraging. And some people even end up becoming debilitated because they can't take it anymore. We are built for stability. We are built for consistency. We are built for things to be stable, not what is being promoted in Canada and America, where everything is on contract. Contract, minimum wage. The only thing that matters is making the next profit. And the companies are suffering for it, but do you think they'll change? They don't change. The banks get fined billions. They still don't change. Companies like TD get fined billions. They don't change. They have a laugh out loud culture. Oh, you're taking things too seriously. No, we're not. People have died in investment banking. The juniors, some of them have died because of how they've been treated. It's not right. It's not right. And that's why people like me are so up in arms with the African leaders, because you know what? President Trump is doing all these things. He's building up America. So Canada too is not isolated. We also want partnerships. We also want trade. And if we have to take that trade with Europe or China or Japan or whoever, we're also going to do it. Because we're not here to be bullied. And that's what the Americans do. They bullies because they know that their currency is the strongest. They know that they've got the infrastructure, but they also have very poor areas. That's why they set all those tariffs in place, because they're the biggest economy. They're one of the biggest economies in the world. Canada doesn't have to bow to that. We also want trade to come here. We also want investment, and we want people who value human rights. Those of us who lived through civil war and all of that, we didn't come here to be mistreated, to be constantly put in minimum wage, to constantly have our mothers sell their gold and their jewelry just so that we can live. We didn't come here to go and rent rooms in houses. We came here to buy properties, to have stability, to be able to afford private health care. And instead, the exact opposite is happening to people like me. And we are sick of it. I am sick of it. I am sick of my mother having to sell her gold so that her and I can live, because I earn so little I can't even pay my rent. You see the statistics. My rent is less than the average rent in Toronto, and I have it all inclusive. I have my washer dryer in here. I have amenities. I'm close to the subway. I'm close to the church. It's easy for other people to say, go and live in a room. But if it's for their people that they love, they won't say that. I am sick and tired of how I'm being treated by everyone, including Bono. That's why I told him this time I'm not going back. All the other times I went back, but to be insulted, to sit on a call and hear people saying, oh, Bono loves her, and we there for a meeting, a business meeting? Oh no, he is not going to get the caliber of me again. We were parliamentary riding leaders. We were not global activists. We were there to represent Canada, and that's exactly what we did. And I'm so proud of Robert Kennedy Jr., for Secretary Kennedy, for standing up to the World Health Organization and all that, what they did during COVID, because it was too much to keep the churches open, because God doesn't come first. Keeping your addictions alive comes first. Having your LCBO open comes first. Making the next buck comes first. And if you don't take that COVID vaccine, oh well, you'll get fired. And you better keep your proof that you took that vaccine and you came to work. All of us are sick of it. Even the people who are in their jobs who are not saying it are sick of it. We are sick of it. I want a decent paid job. I want to stay in my condo and save my money and then buy a property so that my mother and I can have a property to live in, not be renting. And not be, when it's other people's children who they love, then it's like, oh, what about this one? What about that one? They want to buy a place. So their families have properties that they own, but for my mother and I, who should come first, the widow and the orphan should come first, we come last. And the solution for you is just take us to psychiatric care and say, oh, we don't know what you're going to do. That's your solution. Do you know what, America and Americans? That's not good enough. And the next time you call the call centers and you call people for help, don't get off on yourselves. Don't masturbate and don't scream and shout at us. We're there to do a job. I lost my ears. I have tinnitus in my ears because of how I was screamed and shouted at and sitting with those headphones the whole day. And I did a damn fine job. I was the top of my game. It was an area I wasn't even trained in. I'm an executive assistant. I know how to book travel. I know how to set up meetings. I know how to represent the executive. I'm not there to do your binding and your photocopying. That's what the Credit Suisse investment bankers want. That's because they're idiots, that's why. When I worked at TD and all these companies, I controlled the calendars. I set up the meetings. I sent out the agendas. I did the reports. I handled the budgets. That's what I did even on HRPA. This is nonsense what these young guys are doing. No respect. It's very disrespectful. And you know what? We don't go to work to be friends. I was very hurt by what people did to me, including Credit Suisse. I was very hurt, and I was very hurt by what Teleperformance did to me. They couldn't set up my ID, so they let me go. Instead of it taking I said to them, they said it's going to take a month. I said, then let it take a month. Fix the ID. Oh no, we're having a temporary layoff. So because of that, I've landed up sitting at home for 2 years. They haven't bothered calling me back. I have to go on their website and apply every day for jobs. I have to check all the different companies. I have to apply for executive assistant jobs, receptionist jobs, not just here, but globally. And my poor mother is selling her jewelry so we can live? Since when? What kind of life is that? And nobody feels anything. No one feels anything for us. They don't care. If we end up going back to Zimbabwe, they'll say, oh, well, that's good. They don't care. You know what? I'm prepared to go. I've always said it. I'm prepared to go. Because at home, I have people to help me with the cleaning, to do the photocopying, to do the binding. I have people to do that for me. I'm not the one that has to be the slave and do it. And I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the Islamic nations buying the World Cup for FIFA and then bringing people over, making this great big promise about, oh yeah, you'll be able to buy a home and you'll be able to live well and you'll be able to buy a car, and then the exact opposite keeps happening. Especially when you work hard and you put the interests of the company first and you improve things and you make things better. Oh no, this is not on. This is not on. And even John Maxwell has said it. Everybody has to get a certificate. Everybody has to get, well, you know what? Everybody is not doing the work. Everybody is not. And you want to have black CEOs running things. Why? Just because you want to make it look good? Oh no. Oh no. We Indians always get caught in the middle of things. And I'm glad that Secretary Kennedy is pulling out of this World Health Organization and all that. It's a load of nonsense. Oh, global goals, global goals. Your global goals don't work for everybody in every country. They work for you in your country. It's good. It's good. Canada also wants investors. Canada also wants to be partners at the table. I did well everywhere I worked, including at BMO. It's how many years? 8 years later. Why don't they call me back? And I'm tired of hearing, oh, we're moving in a different direction. I don't care. Move in a different direction. I want my executive assistant job. I want to earn those big bucks. And I'm prepared to relocate. I am tired of living like this. It doesn't make sense. It's good if America pulls out of everything. You know why? They're bullies, and so are their customers. They're bullies. That's what they are. I don't go to work to be people's friends. I'm sorry. It's a load of rubbish. It's good what he's doing. I'm happy they're doing it. All those vaccines were forced on us, closing all the things during COVID, and including the churches. Oh no, it's good. Canada's lost its way. That's why we're one of the poorest performing nations on earth right now. And that's why they're taking the World Economic Forum to South Africa next year. Yeah, because what is Canada doing? They're abusing people like me, women like me who came in, who worked hard, who brought our mothers and who want to look after them. We can't get any decent paid jobs. I apply to TD every day. I apply to KPMG. I apply to EY. I apply to BMO. And all my colleagues who are working there, they're all like, keep applying. We're looking for people. So where's my job offer? Paying over $70,000 a year. Where is it? Oh no, this is nonsense what's happening, including in the church. It's nonsense. And then they want to copy what Africa is doing because they think that, oh, look at the church in Africa, it's growing. Or maybe if you started treating people here better, maybe things would change. That's what I say.